Hello, I'm Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com. This is the chart, the new moon set for the UK for London, 21st of January at 20:53, so almost 9 o'clock in the evening. Now I always use whole signs to represent houses, and I use my colour wheel, hopefully to help you interpret what's happening at this new moon. Now it's the first new moon of 2023, so as a result it's incredibly important, and we do have the sun and moon now in Aquarius. The sun has only just moved into the sign of Aquarius for 30 days, and here Saturn and Venus, so 4 planets in the sign of Aquarius. Now Aquarius is all about freedom, liberty, humanity, groups of people, networks, community, and basically Saturn being there still, it's almost finishing its 2.5 years in Aquarius, always wants commitment, the key word for Saturn, and Venus is right next to it. So Venus is to do with relationships, also to do with money, how we value ourselves. So recognizing, very important, one of the biggest themes of the year is about self-love. Now the very important, really important transit this year will be of Pluto into the sign of Aquarius. So here it is, 28 degrees of Capricorn, and a planet is always more important than the sign. Just think of planets as actors in the play of your life, our lives. The costumes are the signs. The houses are the scenes of activity. So set for the UK, we have, interesting, the 6th house, all to do with public services. And of course the national health is very in the news here in the UK. Now Pluto, I'm writing extensively about it on my website. Please take a look, healingstars.com, because it is to do with the unconscious. Pluto is the god to do with the underworld, the invisible, the unseen. It is also about wealth, hidden wealth, buried. Think of everything, all those minerals beneath the surface of the earth. You know, they are the realm of Pluto. And Pluto has got many, many myths, extraordinary number of myths. It's the goddess Kali, it's Persephone, it's Inanna, it's, I'm thinking of the Hindu god, it's Shakti. It's really fascinating how many myths are associated with Pluto and the sign of Scorpio, which is now the co-ruler along with Mars. So it's all about power. One phrase that came to my mind is the tendency to abuse power is the negative, but not power over, but the power to transform. So Pluto's goal is very much about transformation and connecting with the sign of Scorpio, which is the scorpion, the eagle, but then the phoenix. And I'd like to emphasize that. You know, what is the phoenix? It's all about rebirth. And in the tarot, the card I keep getting, I choose tarot every day, I keep getting the judgment card. It's number 20. And it's all about Archangel Michael blowing his trumpet and everyone rising back from the dead. Powerful card. As I said, I keep getting it, so it's a big clue for me. Now, this phoenix is very important to acknowledge that there are dark times in our lives. There are crises. All of us have known grief, loss, death, especially through the last few years with COVID, of course. And there's not one of us, I don't think there's anyone that hasn't been touched by that in their life. The death of a pet is extraordinarily painful, as I do know. And it's something we have no control over. But how we have got control is when we recognise to surrender to it. So Pluto will move into Aquarius. It doesn't move past 0 degrees and 22 minutes this year. So it is very relevant, this new moon, because it's literally 1 day, from that particular degree. And that's why I'm emphasizing it so much at this time. We've seen the loss this week of the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern, the very day that the Sun joined Pluto in the sky. The Sun represents leaders, and there it is, a leader much acknowledged and liked worldwide, but in her own country under a lot of attack. Now, what else do I see at this new moon? Mercury. Mercury is now moving forward. Hooray! Mars is moving forward. Hooray! Uranus will move forward on the 22nd of January. Now that is really important. Ready, steady, go. All planets are moving forward up until Mercury goes retrograde in April. And we haven't had this since last year in April. So that's quite a big emphasis on moving forward. Makes sense with this new moon, first of the year. Now we have Mercury. You can see a good relationship that Mercury is forming now in Capricorn, 8 degrees 50 minutes, with the North Node and the South Node. Now the South Node in Scorpio is to do with eclipses, but also it's the past, letting go of the past. And I am a Scorpio, so I do understand this process. And we have the dotted green lines you see here pointed to Mars at 8 degrees. It's called a yod. Interesting word, yod. And what it's doing is that it's called an inconjunct, that dotted green line, and just sound the word inconjunct. It's awkward and it means letting go. So letting go of the past, letting go of grievances, moving forward to Mars, interesting, in Gemini, because it's a sign naturally concerned with Mercury. And Mars in Gemini is all about listening as much as taking action. And I'm seeing, because I look at the news, there's not much true listening going on right now. A good idea for all of us to take that breath, to acknowledge, what is it I'm holding on to, especially from the past, that needs clearing out. It's a classic clearing out your clutter. It really is. Now, cleansing is also to do with Pluto there. Surrendering to the big mystery is one of the phrases I've got in my notes here. Alchemy is another key word that I think resonates with the Phoenix energy. Jupiter is now in Aries. There is 4 degrees of Aries. It's, yes, a sextile. There's a good relationship to the new moon. That's very positive. But it's not in a good relationship to Mercury, the planet of the messenger planet of the trickster also. Jupiter is moving really fast. It is unbelievably fast. So for you Arians out there, and Leo and Sagittarius, it's really positive for you, but it is very much about seize the day, because it will change sign. It will change sign. I've got it right on my wall. In May the 16th, it goes into Taurus for a whole year. Big difference. Big difference. So to be galvanized, that's what Aries is. It's all about the pioneer going first, head first. And Chiron is there with Jupiter, and they will be joining in March. What else do I need to tell you? I need to tell you to be serious, because Saturn and Venus, Saturn is serious, is also about commitment. So commitment to what? Venus, to love, to relationships, to the whole of humanity. The tarot card, which is a lovely, lovely card for Aquarius, is the Star. And I love that card. It's really beautiful and connects to the fixed star called Sirius, So it's a very, very magical energy, also can be within our grasp at this time. So thank you for watching. Pam Carruthers of healingstars.com, and please look at my website. I've got a freebie they call it, showing you all the full moons and new moons for the year, and then you get another report on the Mercury retrogrades, which are really important, very, very important times of reflection. So thank you. Pam Carruthers, healingstars.com.